Hello, everyone. How are we? How are we? How are we? Welcome in, Tyler, Umgak, and Dan. I hope you all are doing well. Although, Umgak, what happened to going Hongshu? What happened to going Hongshu? Hmm? Lucado! Hello, Lucado. I hope you've been doing well. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing really, really well. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out, Umgak. I am doing well, Lucado. I hope you are doing really, really well. I am okay. My voice is gone in an attempt to sing. Were you doing a lot of karaoke? But yes, I hope everyone is doing well. It's Thursday, and it feels like it's a Thursday. Thank God tomorrow is Friday. Was worth it. No vocal exercise. Oh, I see. Thank you for the cheer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are we ready to hop back into our lovely adventures with Mr. Edgeworth? I actually slept like 30 minutes last night, so actually gonna go Hongshu. Good. Go Hongshu. Thank God it's Friday. Yeah, I'm so glad tomorrow's Friday. I'm just ready. I'm ready for it to be done. But yeah. Give me 1 second to get everything transferred over here, and we will get going. Have fun. Hope you have a great stream. No worries, Umgak. We will likely see you later, maybe, depending on your sleep schedule. Also, 1K bets is oddly cheap, or I've gotten better at managing stuff. I have no idea. I personally have not bought bits before. Oh, what the heck? Come on, game. There we go. Come on, you can be a little bit bigger. Come on. There we go. There's the frog. Oh boy. It's been a minute since we've been back into here, haven't we? Is that a lot? I don't know the conversions on bits. I'm sorry. I'm a bad streamer. I have no idea anything. So, what is this game? I'm glad you asked, Lucado. This is Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, where we play as not Phoenix Wright, but Mr. Miles Edgeworth. And we are on the hunt to make sure crimes do not happen. And if they do happen, we solve them. Using our powers of attorneys and our brains. Time to put away your new gesture voice and pull out your more snooty objection voice. Exactly. Although, who knows? The gestural might come back. The gestural might come back. It's just a very easy voice for me to do. I don't know how. I don't know how or why, but it is. Yeah, objection. Objection. So I think oh goodness, where did we leave off in case 3? We determined he wasn't on the stage. Or no, he was on the stage? No, he wasn't on the stage. He got shot from someone on the stage, and that's why the bullet, for some reason, passed through his stomach and shoulder, right? Can I get a little gestural voice before I hop off? Okay. You understood that. You know your mission. Like I said, I don't know why, but that is a voice I can very easily do. Yeah, we now actually move. Yeah. Is it really silly to say I'm glad to see you back, Lucado? Thank you for the head pats, Tyler. And the hydrate. And the posture check. Okay. Let's go see if we can figure out why said man was shot. We can also pat the maid. We can indeed. Regrouping with Ernest Amano. March 13th, 2:34 p.m. Wild Wild West area. Looks like we got the boot again. With Lance safe, the focus on the investigation will shift solely onto the murder. You mean the infighting between the kidnappers? Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy! Tell me it's true. Tell me you really found my boy. Yes, Mr. Amano. We found him earlier in the stadium. Then, my little Lance is unhurt? He's not exactly the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang. Poor Lance! It must have been so horrible for him. Locked up like a... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lucado. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're safe and are doing a little bit better. Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what happened to Oliver. But I have to say I'm relieved that Lance is all right. Oh, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him. What do you have? Please don't give him a wad of cash. This game looks fun, not gonna lie. Yeah, it is fun. I actually just saw as I opened Steam today, if you would like to pick up any of the Ace Attorney games, apparently they're on sale. Apparently. A letter. The way Lance is being chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know? Here, take a look for yourself. Isn't this a breach of confidentiality? My dear Lance Amano, may I come see you again? Your beloved Viola. It's a very simple love letter. Oh, hey, let me see that. That's really weird. It's from a loan company. Tender Lender. It looks like more of a collections bill to me. tender lender. Yeah, tender lender. I can't do the emote. I can kind of do it. It seems really tiring, but at least it's over now. Hope everything works out. There you go. Thank you, Tyler. Yes, gotta write everything down here. Oh, can we ask you about this? Hold on. I don't think we ever asked him about the... This was found on the body of your butler. Oliver. But what strikes me as odd is the name engraved on the back is Colin Deveray. Oh. Coden Liveray? Veldor Delin. He's so sad he's got it all mixed up in his mind. I understand, but that last wasn't even close. Okay, so maybe he does know his name, but to what extent? You know? Okay, do you know? Oh. That looks like something quite a bit of value, but then again, all the value seems to attach to them. It's probably the deepest. Okay. Who the true winners in this world are. Thanks, but that knowledge is not going to get me anywhere. Okay, it's a okay. I don't think her name is Viola. Is it? Wait, hold on. Is her name Viola? No, it's Lauren. Who the fuck is Viola? Who the fuck is Viola? Hello, ma'am. About Lance. Oh, right, the ring pop. Oh, right, the fucking ring pop. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Oh, that's the 12th one. No, I can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try. Excuse me, but I can't help feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through. I suppose if they were me, then... I believe you said that you are Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct? Yes, I am, but oh, it's not like we both think of each other as lovers or anything, Baka. But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either. I mean, because this isn't just some ordinary ring. It's a fucking ring pop. Tastes so sweet when you lick it. It's so wonderful. You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring? So which is it? Have you guys decided if you're going out or is it just one-sided? Decided? Should the parties involved naturally just know? My father used to work for Mr. Amano. And so Lance and I grew up together. I said it out loud. I don't see how anything's to be embarrassed about. So your father was employed by the Amano Group. What did he do? I heard his job was to fly around the world on Pegasus. Pegasus. Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. You had me there for a second. But now, it's all changed. My father isn't around anymore. Oh, I see. About 10 years ago, he rode in Pegasus off somewhere and never returned. Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. Sounds like the stuff legends are made of. It's been so long. I didn't think I'd recognize him if we were to ever meet again. Guys, I think her dad is dead. Her dad might be the butler. That's why he can't keep a name straight. It's because he's covering for me. Well, your dad's dead, so well, you already knew he probably was dead, but he was a lot closer than you thought, ma'am, I'm assuming. I'm so sorry, Lauren. I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren, live. About the incident. Incident? But the kidnapping's already over and dealt with. I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about the other incident. Any other incident. How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped? Oh, that's because of my woman's intuition. You based everything on that? I know everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. It really must be destiny. She started fantasizing again. What are we going to do now, Mr. Edgeworth? We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there is one location that might hold a clue or two. Kidnapper's hideout? The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout. But we're not allowed in, remember? Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there's no harm in asking that officer to let us in. I still wanna pet the cat. I wanna pet the cat, but it won't let me. Right in front of two officers. You never know. Hello, sir. I want to pet the cat. What do you have to report? Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir. Where have I heard such redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us through to take a look around inside? Sir, Roger, sir. That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in? Sir, that's true, sir, but Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir. And I couldn't refuse a request from him. Wow. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following. Furthermore, I was asked to give you this document to you, sir. What is this? Oliver Deacon. He's escaped from prison? Whereabouts unknown after his escape from Pen E Den prison. Stole a gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head off to where his wife and sole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. But his name is Colin Deveray. It's the same one as on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Deveray was his real name. What's this? He was a convict in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison. What? Then what is he doing here? Apparently, he broke out of jail and then just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon. Yeah, so he went to jail instead of off on the Pegasus somewhere, and then he got out, and he's been watching his daughter, but not letting her know that it's her dad. Now I'm not sure what's going on. Now I'm not sure what's going on anymore. There's some sort of link between the victim's past and the current case. These police documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. It's fine. Let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout. No worries, Tyler. Get some good sleep. Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later. More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer. It was locked up until a little while ago, but since then the door's been wide open, sir. I'm not sure I follow what you're saying. Care to explain in a little more detail? Sir, the door was locked down until they went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help out and break down the door, sir. I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. Oh, no music. I was hoping for music. So this is where the kidnappers planned their foul deed. While you were tied up in the room in the while you were tied up for a while in the room next door. Okay, please. Must you bring that up? Now then, down to business. There might still be some clues left in the room. I was trying to find out what we can of the other kidnapper's identity. Well, they had coffee, but this isn't the type of game to do DNA. Well, there's keys. Keys should be important. Wonder what this key is to. You got me. It reminds me of the key we found in the other room. That's it. It must be the key for one of those trapdoors. That wasn't a trapdoor. Only you call it one because you quite literally jumped into it. Hey, but isn't this what you're supposed to do when you see one? I'm not having this conversation with you. Coffee? Cheap styrofoam cups. Oh, looks like there's only 3 cups that were used. Wait, did they? Oh. Holding chairs, and by the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers. There are 3 chairs set around the table. 3 is gonna come important here, I assume. Poster of Gate Waterland is stuck to this wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige. Gatewaterland has it all and it's waiting for you. It's not especially catchy, is it? Not especially. But this place was built by the police, so you know, maybe they're not the brightest bulbs in the shed. You know? Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth! It's a broken mirror. It probably came from the haunted house. Who did they kidnap? They kidnapped Mr. Amano's son. Wait, actually, I can... They kidnapped this individual. Such a heartthrob. Has many women pining after him. Who is Mr. Amano's billionaire son. They were holding him for ransom. Edgeworth was to come and drop off the money and collect the son, but then shenanigans happened. Edgeworth got hit over the head by a spooky, creepy thing, mascot. Was trapped in a room, was then freed by a phantom thief, or a great thief. Yeah. Lots of things. Lots of things. Why is it here? Are they planning to repair it? Hey. Hey, there's a trap door in this room too. It's not a trap door, it's an entrance to the underground passage key. I know that. The doors leading out to the outside world is locked. So Lance must have escaped his prison through here. Can we go down? What do we have here? It looks like a sword. A broken sword. Strange. Why would it be broken like that? Swords usually don't break on their own. That's true. Alright then, let's think about it this way. Maybe it was broken when someone tried to use it for or on something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think on this some more. Well, they used it to block the door. At least that's where my brain thinks to go. Oh, they have barrels like this just outside. Yes, and? Well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but if these were real, what would you put in them? There's an expectant gleam in her eyes that I'm about to dash. There's a suit. This must be where they dispose of old or worn out costumes. That's so sad. It seems like they throw away the costumes in pieces. A sign advertising the photo rally. Something I have absolutely no interest in. Yeah, but I do! I'm gonna go get my hands on the rest of the Badger family. You'll see. Definitely brings a decidedly different atmosphere to a criminal investigation. Beyond this door is where the kidnappers held you after getting the jump on you. Must you keep reminding me? But it's the room where I got to see your awesome face. I didn't need you to remind me of that mortifying moment either. Let's think here. Costume in pieces, 3 folding chairs, cups of coffee in the folding chairs. The common denominator between the cups in these folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, The number of missing costumes is also 3. Wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers. Indeed, something isn't adding up. Literally. As Mr. Lance, I don't think was actually kidnapped. Just my running theory. Is it possible that there's a third kidnapper Lance didn't see? Can we check out the door? Yep. Maybe they gave the victim a coffee tea. Those would be the nicest kidnappers in the world. Those would be the most, like those, at that point, why kidnap him? He was just getting his tender landed. Oh no. This door was forcibly broken thanks to the police who forced it open. Yeah, the sword was holding the door shut. I won't rest until I have inspected every suspicious looking cranny. Well, we got that. The handle is busted. That doorknob handle thingy is looking pretty beat up. I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brutal force. Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent. And how is it possible that what the officers told us? Yeah, if the lock hadn't been in use when the door was busted down, then the lock itself would be completely wrecked. So the lock on the door leading outside is undamaged. How could that be? Because they used the sword to block the door. The panel that hid the entrance to the underground is propped open wide open. Be careful where you step, okay? I only fell into the other opening once, you know. Okay. Ooh, wrong one. Wrong one. Think. Think, Edgeworth. Think. The door leading outside and the broken prop. Connect. Press key with conviction. It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock and anyone would say that it was not in use at the time. But the policeman outside said it took 10 men to get it open. A door that was locked tight, despite it being not locked at all. It can only be because of this. This police officer, I don't know. Yeah. The police aren't very smart in the series. Oh, you mean? Yes, it was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at the door handle. Do you see how the handle is completely destroyed? So that's how the sword broke. Yes. Thought we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers, but instead we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered. Ah! Oh! Oh! Why is he here? Get the fuck out of here! No! 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 Why did it have to be that one? Why did it have to be that one? I hate him. I hate him so much. I'm getting kidnapped again. Yeah. What is it?
Well, well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct?
More than long Momo? Yeah. Yeah, I hate this thing more than long Momo. What are you doing? suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that?
This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. We badgers also use it in our duties.
Look, why don't you get out of here first and then we'll talk, okay?
Ah, I beg your pardon, miss.
Proto, Badger, get! All right, only one more to go. What are you getting all excited about? Did you forget? The photo rally, duh! See, look, now all I have to do is get a picture with the bad badger and I'm done. Yes, I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort. What? But it's gone. But where'd it go? What happened? What's wrong? A bad badger costume is missing, sir. Oh, is that all? Well, it's actually missing because one of the kidnappers stole it.
I heard about how they were stolen, but they said it was only 3 costumes that had been taken.
What? Is he saying more than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a little bit more about these costumes you use. We really have to... Oh, we're gonna zoom in on him. Oh, thank goodness we didn't. Oh, thank goodness. Blue Bad Badger is worse than Long Momo, noted. Exactly. What do you mean by a Bad Badger costume is missing?
Why, it's just as I said, sir. We are 1 bad badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all times.
Okay, so because one of them is walking around in the park, the other should be in that room.
Actually, both of them should be in that room.
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, we don't use the bad badger costume. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day.
Where we have a gun in a children's theme park.
It's the stage show where the bad badger wreaks havoc around the park. And the other badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir.
I'm speechless that such a show exists.
Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only one time we use that costume.
Then that doesn't it make it near impossible to take a picture with the bad badger?
Personally, I don't believe it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I to do, sir?
All this basically means is the kidnappers stole 4 costumes in total. Then, are you saying there are 4 kidnappers? No, I don't think that's very likely. Oh? Recall the costumes for a minute.
The stolen ones, you mean?
What proves the 4th one doesn't exist? Huh? The one that's there?
Take that!
Oh, right. Wait, no. No. I'm still waiting for one objection. You'll get one, don't worry. Wouldn't you naturally go to steal a full set and steal a pink badger costume instead?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yet, the kidnappers decided to steal another bad badger. I believe the kidnappers needed 2 bad badger costumes. The question is, why? Why would they need... Oh, because it's in pieces? The second Bad Badger costume, I believe it may be closer at hand than we think.
What do you mean?
The costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say that it's wearing some very telltale pants?
Hey, you're right. Let's get it out of there and take a look.
Also, wasn't the head in the room for the Bad Badger? As I suspected, it's a Bad Badger costume. Well, minus the head. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious.
Yum, 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 yum. He's got a hole in his hand.
Look, its hand is hurt. It looks more like something was ripped off of it. Or ripped out of it. I wonder why this Bad Badger costume's right hand is torn up like that. Maybe it's a flesh wound from a fight with the Blue Badger.
I always knew the Blue Badger was a ferocious beast.
I somehow doubt that even real badgers are as bloodthirsty as that, Kay. Aren't badgers actually really mean? Am I wrong? Am I remembering this wrong? Aren't badgers really mean? Yes. Oh. Why would they? Would they have time? I'm theory crafting here. I'm theory crafting. Just like dolphins are evil demons. Aren't dolphins just too smart for their own good? That they're evil? Okay, so I'm thinking, yes, they know too much. I'm thinking that, oh no, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. Let me cook. So we knew that this had made it back before the rain. Okay, my running theory is that our guy got shot. No. I don't know why he has his... I was trying to think, he had the gun in his hand. They ripped it, but that wouldn't make sense. Actually, wait, go back. E. Wonder what the Bad Badger. That's not what I wanted. Deduce. Hothouse and product. We have his head. He's in the isolation.
Eureka!
Eureka!
Wait, no. How are you talking about? Are you going to fill me in or not? Wait, maybe it's not quite so clear.
God damn it!
Yes, I know. I'm dumb. I'm big dumb. Big dumb. Over here. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, big dum dum. Sorry, I am figuring out something. What could we have here?
Is it this?
Or the letter? But why would the dad... I always hit escape because that's just where my brain goes immediately. How do you know my name?
You're pretty famous, sir. I would think that most people would know who you are.
Famous? Me?
Absolutely, sir. You are very active in the community, I hear.
Wow, I didn't know you were such a celebrity, Mr. Edgeworth. I feel like I've met this person before. Maybe it's just my imagination. Do we... It's gotta be something. His feet are clean, so it's not that. It's not, it could be the footy prints. Is it the note? I don't see why it'd be the note. You know what? We'll try. Oh, thank you, Kato, for this, the Prime. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. It's gotta be the necklace, right? It's gotta be. Is this spot somehow connected to any piece of evidence?
Eureka!
Nope. Not that. Come on, Maeve, use your little tiny brain for something. Use your little tiny brain. The sword? But why would the sword cause the damage if it was in the door? Peanut brain, please wake up. I know you've had to deal with idiots all day at work, but come on, please. Come on, please. Wake up. Hello, lamb. Welcome in. What could it be? It's not time. Yeah, come on, brain. It's time to... Nothing else could cause damage, I think. I mean, the thing could, like, there's things that could, but I don't see why those would be them. You know who? No! I do not know who that is. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that because I looked at it and I'm like, Hong.
Huh?
Who?
Huh?
Da-da-dum-dum. My brain is too dumb. But you know what? We'll just go on with it. I wonder why the Bad Badger's hand is torn up like that. Maybe it's a flesh wound. Okay. That last part is an actual word, is it? Oh, see. I see. Okay, I'm just gonna try. What I can. Okay, can I? Hold on. Maybe that's how? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Brain might be doing something. There's supposed to be a gun here. Where'd the gun?
Eureka!
Yes! No music. There's supposed to be a gun in his hand. I believe what we have here is an inconsistency. Between what? Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be. Oh, the gun! Precisely. The Bad Badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However... You there. Did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand? No, I didn't, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume. As I thought. The rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto-Badger, the gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct?
Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. Why? Why?
It's supposed to be a children's attraction costume. And he's supposed to go and cause chaos around the park? Is he just firing blanks at children? What in the America is this?
We need to use them for the stage show.
It seems that our kidnappers also had a need for the model gun, my dear costume friend. It was ripped from the Bad Badger's costume. It's capable of firing blanks. Also, let's just text it. Because the thing is, right? If it's capable of firing blanks, it's definitely possible at firing other things, right? Investigation complete. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is they just needed... You have 2 costumes with 2 accessible guns. I know these characters are supposed to be played by cops and security guards, but come on. I think we're about done with this room. So what's next? Well, we have found a few answers. There's still a few things left we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, okay? March 13th. 3:34 p.m. Wild Wild West area. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! You've got to hurry, sir. Come on. What is it, Detective? They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir. What?
Isn't that what one of the kidnappers was wearing?
Bingo. That's why you gotta come to the main gate with me right now. If we hurry, we might be able to get there before Wolf Boy does. All right, let's make haste and make to the main gate. Yeah. We gotta run. We gotta run, guys.
March 13th, 3:45 p.m. Watergate, mainland, or Gatewater, mainland, main gate.
Oh,
It's just passed out.
where's the costume detective, Gumshoe? Just on the other side of the fountain, sir.
There's a necklace.
Was it out here in the open just all along? No. It was discovered in the tall grass back there. We moved it out here in order to examine it more thoroughly. Well, let's get down to it. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
That.
What do we have here?
Oh, it's another pendant. That's 2 treasures in one day. How lucky is that? And hey, this pretty baby's made of platinum silver too.
Another pendant, and on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Is it possible that these two hold it right there? Oh, it's Wolf Boy. Sorry, I gotta change my voice. Thank God Ngaka's gone to bed. Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure know how to cross the line, don't you? Ugh. Ooh. A pendant, huh? It's a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here and read off what you see. Lauren D. Lauren D's nuts. Lauren.
Lauren. Hey, isn't that... Hey, that's a name engraved onto this.
Miss Pop's pendant jotted down in my organizer. Ha. We have you now, Miss Kidnapper. Don't understand. Molly. Oh, ew. Don't call her that. I hate that. Don't act like you're... Can't believe you were one of my kidnappers.
Lance. You're kidding. Miss Pops was one of the kidnappers? Yes. It was me. I held Lance hostage.
So Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over. Hey, guys. Case closed. Get the car ready, and I mean the special one for this young lady.
Hold it!
Again, Mr. Prosecutor? What is it this time? Are you proposing that Miss Pops is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. we found it. Found what? The officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Your country's police are a sham. Just look at how careless they are. Who are you calling a sham? The officer's gun didn't show any signs of being fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. So Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I see. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, you were the one who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon? No, she didn't. Yes, I killed him. I can't believe it. Thanks for the confession.
Objection!
There's your objection. Objection! Agent Lang, I think it's much too early to declare this case closed. Look at you, so sure of yourself. You've got the culprit's own confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? Miss Lauren Pops. Yes? Oh, I get it now. Her name is Lauren Pops. L Pops. Lollipops. God fucking... Yes? I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder. I'm a kidnapper. Is that enough? Thank you for the posture check and hydrate and head pat. It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that's the truth. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason you can't? I don't have a tongue to do the so you get noises. I've had a change of heart. I think I'd enjoy seeing you sulk away as the losing mutt. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear about all the evil deeds you committed today. Miss Pop's confession. The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. We knew we would get rich by holding Lance hostage. Looks like a speed racer type of it. He does. I see it. I see it. Mr. Romano would pay anything to get his son back after all. Everything was going according to plan. As soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me, and he tried to kill me. There. Are you satisfied? She just confessed to her crime a second time. At least you have the guts to admit what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth?
Yes, it is.
If that's the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth. Because there is something in this that seems a little too improbable in her confession. I'm the one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. Press. How well did you know the victim? How well did you know the victim?
I've spoken with him only a few times at Lance's house.
A few times. That's it?
Yes.
They only met a few times. I don't see how they could have trusted each other. But if you hardly talked, then how could you trust him not to... How could he trust you to not steal his plan?
Not so fast.
That's completely irrelevant. He was planning to betray her from the very beginning. Which is why he chose someone he wasn't especially close to. Isn't that right, Shinna?
Yes. However, Mr. Deacon made a very poor choice. In the end, he was killed by the one who he intended to betray himself.
Ha. I bet you didn't see that one coming. We knew we'd get rich by holding Lance hostage. I think that's fine. Mr. Amano would pay anything to get his son back, after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money...
Hold it!
Would you mind telling us a little about the plan itself?
Well, we first captured Lance.
Oh, how'd you do that?
Well, Mr. Deacon did that on his own, so I don't quite know.
Bah.
And here I thought you knew how to steal people away.
Yeah, Lang is part of the FBI, I think? Hold on. Interpol. Sorry, Interpol. So he's like a big hot shot who thinks he knows everything. Yeah. I shudder to think of what she would do with such knowledge.
Sorry, I really don't know, but somehow Mr. Deacon was able to contain him. All we had to do after was wait for the ransom to be paid, but...
Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me.
Hold it!
Why do you think he did?
I have no idea, but maybe he had plans of doing so from the very beginning. Miss Pops.
Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the very beginning? Is that really what likely happened? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes. I'm sorry, but I don't think what you claimed is all that likely.
Huh?
I don't think Mr. Deacon would ever have been capable of killing you.
But why? We're total strangers. It's not uncommon for people to kill each other over money.
Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you?
What do you mean?
You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was, nor do you know who you really are. But I do, and I can show you with this piece of evidence. This proves that Mr. Deacon would not have been able to bring himself to kill Miss Pops. This?
where he might have headed off to where his sole daughter resides. Or would it be the necklace? I'm gonna try this one first. I think it's this. I think it's the police record. I could be wrong.
Take that!
It's right. Oh no, it's not. The music's still going. God damn it. Miss Pops, you don't know, do you? Well, this piece of evidence will tell you exactly who you are. Yum, yum. Okay, yeah, it was the necklace. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. You're the one who doesn't know anything, isn't it? But God damn it. I also see kidnappers too weak when they get. That's no, you don't understand. What is there to understand? What's wrong, Kay? I can't believe she was betrayed. I kind of feel sorry for her. I feel a little sorry for her too, however, I also wish you would just tell us the whole truth. Because there is something that feels a little too improbable in her confession. We gotta press again. Why do you think you did that? I have no idea. Raise objection.
Hold it!
Okay, so then it's this one. Oop.
Take that!
Yes! Music! Why are you showing this to me? So what about the pendant? This pair of wings, along with another piece of evidence, shows you who you really are. Mr. Deacons.
Take that!
These two pendants resemble each other. Wouldn't you agree? Hey, you're right. They're the same color and they're even made of the same material. I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Shall we give it a try? Wow, it's totally Pegasus. But why? Why does my pendant match up with Mr. Deacon's? You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be. No, can't be. So the two make a set. Just another trinket. It's not as though this changes anything. You lack imagination, Agent Lang. Very well. I'll show you with this evidence. This is the evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus. This one.
Take that!
Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name is Colin de Boray, the name that is etched into the horseman. What? An alias? I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. And it makes sense, given what is written in Mr. de Boray's dossier. But what I really want to point out was this. His sole daughter. Mr. de Boray had one daughter. And her name is Lauren Pops. That's a lie! That person was not my father! He couldn't come out and tell you that he was your father because he was in hiding. However,
I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you.
Yeah.
And I don't think she shot him. I don't think she shot him. I think it's the boyfriend being dumb. And that she's like double agent this. I think, anyway. I think. I could be wrong. But that is what my brain is telling me. My brain. You still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot?
Not so fast!
And what's so funny, Agent Lang? You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? Your thinking is much too innocent. After all, I thought of another possibility. Is that so? Well, let's hear it. I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the Amano house. And the two of them make good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly plausible as well? So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that they didn't know of their relationship, right? Hello, Hydrator. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. And you're saying that the two of them committed the kidnapping together? That's right. As one real rotten family. Is that really what happened? I'd better take a long, hard look at the evidence. Thank you for the hydrate there, Lucado, for hydrator. For hydrator. I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact?
Hold it!
You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, and they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam? You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, it was no coincidence that the pair...
Hold it!
What do you mean by that? One as a butler and one as the friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. Okay, well that didn't get us anywhere. And the two of them made good use of their... They said they had hardly met.
Hold it!
You mean how they plotted How they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives. Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were in fact family. Yes, from the very beginning. They painstakingly practiced those roles well.
Hold it!
I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence. Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence of the contrary. Without evidence, we're stuck in a stalemate. Agent Lang isn't wrong. His scenario is certainly a probable one. You better hurry up and do something or Lauren's gonna wind up looking real bad. I know, but first things first. Is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? Was the crime really committed by the two of them? Oh no, because we know there's three. We both know that fact, and since they're reunited, become involved in the Mono household, the two of them make good use of their meetings on the kidnapping. This one. We'll do the oh, I don't have that evidence. Why don't I have that evidence? No.
Objection!
Yes, no music. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just two people alone. What kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there are three kidnappers. Three. 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we could assume that they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. I believe this third person is the real mastermind behind the kidnappings. Who is this mastermind? I present you. I think it's him. I think it's him. I don't see it being Old Bag. And maybe it's her? It's you. Yes, Lucado. I think it's you. You dare to question my logic? I'm not very smart at this, but I can do it. I think it's him.
Take that!
Lance Amano. Yes, the abduction was, in fact, schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see the faces of the kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but 2. One was a woman. However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction of what he said. But I only saw 2 people. Yeah, 'cause you were the 3rd, dipshit. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Yes, but when you were being held, I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I don't really remember much anymore. Honest. But if I tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? Lance's testimony. Get out of here with your Justin Bieber hair.
I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in a room, blindfolded the entire time. The kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from the room as fast as I could.
Well, that's just not accurate. Through the underground passage, I assume.
Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't really want to recall the horrible ordeal, but now that you believe me, right?
Not quite yet.
How could you not? Why do you look at me with such icy daggers in your eyes?
Because he's a prosecutor, and they are all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are discerning for discerning the truth. Just because of that hair, he's the culprit. Yeah. And they should be interrupted. Or they should be interpreted as cruel at times. And so be it. So, there's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little. Also, what is with the earlobes in this family? What is happening?
Hold it!
Can you tell us about when you were abducted in a little more detail?
It was a strange morning. I felt like I was in the middle of a great calm.
And where were you when you experienced this calm?
Our family garden, of course. Where else would could have been?
Well, excuse me for asking. This child is a bit more princess than prince.
I was out taking a walk to shake off the morning blah. And then out of the blue, someone came from behind clamps, a hand over my mouth.
You didn't see your attack.
They must have used some drugs to knock me out. Because before I knew it, I was off in La La Land again.
Again? Sir, what are you doing with Daddy's money?
When I woke up, I was in the kidnapper's hideout already, all tied up.
They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time.
Hold it!
By that room, you mean the room that the kidnapper's hideout, correct?
Yeah. That's because I was blindfolded the whole time. I didn't know that until I made my escape.
Then you were in the same room as your kidnappers.
They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of their conversation. There was definitely two people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared. I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move.
Okay, you're telling me, even in a, in a hostage scenario, you wouldn't recognize your own girlfriend's voice? Supposed girlfriend's voice?
Even if she spoke in hushed tones, unless she's speaking a different language, you could tell it's your girlfriend, right?
Yeah, quote unquote girlfriend. So the kidnappers just suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside.
Hold it!
The kidnappers disappeared.
The room fell suddenly silent. I had been left behind like an unwanted mutt.
Yeah, that's about right.
What do you mean by unwanted mutt? What a pointless question. It's not like he's going to tell you anything new, you know? It's a poetic simile. You should learn how to use them too. You may look refined on the outside, but it's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well. God, I want to rip that bow off your fucking neck. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone.
Hold it!
Then those cuffs on your wrists. I suppose you were still cuffed in that case. I am well aware of how I am chained to reality. I'm 14 and this is deep. I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid that I'm stuck like this. Even though I escaped from that jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner. God. I want him to be part of the kidnapping party now. I want him to be a culprit. I want to just bop him on the noggin. Bro, I don't like Lance. Exactly. We don't like Lance. I made my escape to run away as fast as I could.
Hold it!
How did you manage to escape? I wanted to get out of there, but the door leading was locked. Which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. We're still taking Lance in because of the hair, right? I hope so. Oop. Indeed. Although the door... Secret passageway under the theme park. Oh, that sounds like much fun. I wonder, is there something off about the way Lance made his escape? Yes. Also, if you were blindfolded, would you be able to make it down the stairs? If you were blindfolded?
Objection!
Objection! You say the door leading out was locked, but was it really? We're talking about the room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard it took quite a few men to get that thing open, right? Should na? Yes, that's correct. Then take a look at this. What is that? A sword. It's not especially reliable one if it's broken like that. Allow me to start off from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by the sword, which was used to jam the handle. Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, then why didn't you just simply remove the sword and escape? Why didn't I? I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it. We're not believing that for a second, right? Right? As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. Didn't notice the huge sword at the door handle? Exactly. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to that door. That's why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own.
Knuckle back!
You've been making this guy out to be the one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way. And what would that be?
Motive, what else? You honestly think that an upright, pure boy like him would hatch up a completely pointless scheme, such as kidnapping himself?
Objection!
Objection! Not so fast. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit the crime. This, right? Oh, and he was cheating on his girlfriend. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Take that!
Put it simply, Lance had a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. In fact, it is in fact a collections bill. Or I guess, yeah. It appears that our upstanding boy had accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance? Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man, too. It must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your old man, huh? All right, I give up. I abducted myself. Lance! It's over, Lolly. In this life, we are really bound to our fates after all. All I wanted to do was go with you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. I wanted us to be well off with that $1 million, but now that dream is over. Oh, Lance. Then why are you giving yourself up? Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he didn't want to split up the ransom money. That's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. You're welcome in, Kane. You're late. I feel like I'm watching Scooby-Doo. Exactly. We love that. I know. So welcome in. I will now cry forever. We left him inside that room as Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in the Blue Badger costume. That would mean that the person Officer Meekins saw was Mrs. Pop. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless, and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then, Oliver put on a Bad Badger costume. He took that suitcase with the $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had the gun. They had no idea that they were related, so how did you know? So I thought it could only really end badly. I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because if he was, I just killed my own father. Lolly, then it was really you? That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a Bad Badger pulling the suitcase with $1 million in it. And that badger pointed his gun at me.
aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the...
Where did Lance get a gun?
Why did Lance have a gun? I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot and the other person crumpled to the ground. And I ran, scared for my life.
He's a rich bitch, but that doesn't explain why he gave it to her. I think the big picture is finally coming into focus, don't you? Was the prop gun? I guess, maybe.
Ollie, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you. So, Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without even knowing who he really was?
But then how did she drive him back? That doesn't make sense. Because then how did she get back and put him in the storage?
She's the Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Objection, I'm still confused. You know, there's been some times in these games where that's definitely how I feel. Objection, hold on a second. Let my brain catch up.
Are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that?
What purpose would it serve?
You'd be really surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay.
Huh?
What does that mean? What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more and you'll see. That man is not my father. I mean, at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling a suitcase with 1 million in it. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That was when I'm gonna press this.
Hold it!
Where did you get this gun? You shot Mr. Deacon. She won't admit she shot him.
Yes.
Oh, she would?
I shot him.
And that, as they say, is that. Agent Lang, Miss Pops is far from done. She hasn't even finished her testimony yet. You're going to continue questioning her? What a waste of time. Miss Pops, if you please.
All right.
There was a gunshot and the other person of the... Okay, where did you shoot him? Did you take off immediately following the gunshot?
Yes.
And you didn't attempt to approach the victim at all after he was shot?
I was scared.
There it is! Someone moved the body.
Poor Miss Pops. What will become of her, Mr. Edgeworth?
She seems to be telling the truth in regard to what happened at the stadium. However, I do not believe it is absolutely correct. Listen very carefully to confession one more time and you'll see. Because if she ran, there is no way she brought him back to the Wild West area. Press T with conviction.
Objection!
Oh, no. Even after looking at this, you can still claim that it was to be true? Actually, I can. How? Huh? He's laughing pretty hard at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, I know. I'm going to remain calm and collected and find my... Is it this one? Because it's only capable of firing blanks? Oh, it would be. So she thought she shot him. He may have fallen to the ground. No, she was in a blue badger. She was in a blue badger. But there is a missing gun from a bad badger costume. But it's only capable of firing blanks. So if Lance gave her this gun, if she shot it, which had a blank in it, yes, he would have toppled to the ground, but he wouldn't have died, supposedly, in this game's logic. So the bang went off, she ran and didn't confirm death. I'm going to say that's what this is.
Objection!
Nope. God damn it. Huh? Where? God damn it. I'm thinking too hard. Press everything. I did. I did press everything. I guess I will again.
Hold it!
Please calm down and slowly talk this through. But all you have to do is simply tell us what happened at the stadium. Leave it to us to search out the truth. Can you do that for me? All right. So at the stadium, because if she was part of the kidnapping party, she knew how much the ransom was.
Hold it!
That was the ransom money, wasn't it? Yes. That's how I was able to identify Mr. Deacon almost immediately. It's all thanks to what Lance told me. And what did he tell you? Well, he called me on my cell phone and told me that Mr. Deacon betrayed us and had run off with ransom money. And about how he had a gun. And that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead.
Hold it!
Were you able to clearly see the gun? Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me? Do you really think the father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't know. I don't want to believe it myself, but it's true. My father's left arm was raised with a gun in it. Pointed straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought. Miss Pops. Please calm down and take a deep breath. And then would you allow me to please hear that statement one more time? Yes, of course. Oh. Oh no, but which piece of evidence is this? Oh no. No, the Bad Badger costume is right-handed. So if he was in the Bad Badger costume, it shouldn't have been in his left hand. It should have been in his right. Is this it? I'm gonna try this.
Objection!
Nope. Which one is it? That badger pointed in his left hand, aiming to shoot me dead. This is the contradiction. Just what part? Yeah, but didn't they yes, but there are 2 Bad Badger costumes out. So if Mr. Deacon was in the one with the sewed on gun, it would be in his right hand. That would mean Lance took the other gun from the other one. Oh, does Lance actually not love her and want to fuck off on his own? No, I don't. But once again, maybe I'm thinking too hard. That is just the missing gun. I'm so confused. Try? Yeah. Doesn't hurt to try.
Objection!
Nope. Can I press this again? And you felt like your life was in danger, correct? Yes, I'm about to die, I thought. So... That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. Well, it does hurt just looking at G's face. True. Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Kane. Is... So... Why does this not work? Because I'm thinking, like... It's gotta be... And you double press... I did. And she just said she felt like she was gonna die. Or got the gun I got from Lance. I'm trying to think of what it... gotta be this one, right? Okay, that wouldn't have anything. This one, it could, but I guess it's not. It's gonna be stupid, I just know it. Okay, it's not the mobile. It's not the footprints. It's not this. Is it this? Are you... You guys see it? Yeah. Dominant hand right.
Objection!
Every once in a while, they throw these little tiny detail ones at you, and they're like, how closely do you remember every single piece of evidence? Good luck. I have here a dossier on your father. And according to this, your father is right-handed. Also, just because someone is right-handed doesn't mean they can't shoot with their left hand. Then... The person pointing the gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon.
Knuckle back!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Bad Badger model gun was attached to his right hand, which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun in was his left. Isn't it possible that it went down like that? Yes, but if the gun can shoot. That's why she's alive. He was left-handed. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why she's alive. Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? Then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in court to catch it. Enough with the smugness. Out with it already. Miss Pops told us earlier. There was a bad badger pulling a suitcase with 1 million in it. Oh. According to you, the bad badger had a gun in his left hand, which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right. Isn't that correct, Mrs. Pops? Yes, exactly. I'm sure it was a bad badger. It had those huge sunglasses on its face. But if that's the case, even I can see that there's a huge contradiction. Yes, Miss Pops claims to have seen the bad badger. And yet, the bad badger had both of his hands full. These two pieces of evidence contradict each other, so one must be wrong. It wasn't the bad badger. Miss Pops, what you saw was not the bad badger. Think back and recall which character was it that leveled a gun at you. It was wearing a pair of sunglasses and had a strange blue beard. That sums up the bad badger pretty well, I'd say. Too bad for you, it looks like the bad badger wasn't a mistake here. Are you shitting me? Both his hands weren't occupied? Or both are correct? Both are correct 100%. This is true. If he was wearing the wrong head, Yeah, and he was wearing the body of the blue badger. That could be. Both are correct. They're both correct. Impossible. That just leaves us with an irresolvable contradiction. Miss Pop's entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. What if the bad badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half? This proves that there was a way for the bad badger to freely use his hands. Oh yeah, because the head was left in the room. That would be streaking. Would it be the one left? It must be the one left in the room.
Take that!
The costumes have two parts to them, a head and the body. Oh, I get it now. The head Miss Pop saw was probably the head of the bad badger. However, is it not possible for the body to be from an entirely different badger? A different badger? Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. Blue badge? Was it the blue badge? Huh? Or was it the proto badger? It's proto or blue. Proto is the killer? Wasn't that the badger? Oh, right! Because she was in this one. She was in the blue badger. And then Meekins was also in the other blue badger. So yes, it had to be the proto badger.
Take that!
It's gotta be the proto. What the heck is it? Oh, I thought she was in Pinky. No, she wasn't in Pinky. Pinky was left behind, and Pinky was also Old Bag. So that left 2 blue badgers, 2 bad badgers, and 2 proto badgers. One bad badger was used up. The other one was being worn by Deacon. She was in the other blue. Meekins was in a blue. There's one actual person working in the proto badger, which I feel really bad for that one single person in the proto badger. And then Lance was in the other proto badger. Yes, and it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Pops was wearing the blue badger's costume, so we can eliminate that one. Pink badger was the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. Yeah. All that's left is the proto badger costume. Miss Pops? Who was the one who wore the proto badger costume? That would be Lance.
Not so fast!
Not so fast. Are you saying what I think you are? That Lance Amano donned the bad badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon. On top of which he plotted to shoot Miss Pops while wearing that hideous thing. The stage was set up in the stadium for nothing more than that, a setup. And its purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing she had committed the murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim. It was all done so that she would pull the trigger. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why exactly would I have to do all of that, huh? There is but one reason, Lance Amano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon. What? No! That's slander. Take it back. You have to take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, Which is your dominant hand? I'm left-handed, but what does that have to do with anything? It depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held a gun in his left hand.
Knock 'em back.
Ha! Who is what-handed doesn't prove a thing. And besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the Proto-Badger is bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right?
Objection.
Of course, logically, if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. This is how Lance made sure he wouldn't get hit by a bullet. He gave her the fake one.
Take that.
We found one half of a Bad Badger costume in the hideout, a broken one. It was not the same one the victim was wearing, plus, it was missing something. And that something would be a model gun that the Bad Badger carries, which can fire blanks. What? Miss Pops, where exactly is the gun you used?
I threw it away into the sea.
That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was. Although I believe that we can safely assume it was the model gun in question.
Knock 'em back.
I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture. I'll admit as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I am right is very high. Okay, let's pretend you are right, and the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? Uh-oh. I don't know yet. Lang is the most incompetent guy I've ever seen. Yep. Mm-hmm. But apparently, someone in our community is completely fine with getting stepped all over by this guy. Mm-hmm. I won't say who, because they aren't here to defend themselves. But someone. We all know who. I know. Ha! I knew you were full of it. However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame.
Please, wait a second. It's simply not possible. Because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance.
This is new. She saw the victim in the state of being restrained?
Came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon.
Oh. He hadn't. He had restrained me. In the next door. After that, the two of us put on our costumes and made our escape. Oh, so kinky. No, we had enough kinky talk yesterday. We had enough kinky talk yesterday. No, 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 no. I want to know how badly this ends. I'll try and hurry along. So Mr. Deacon must have escaped after you two left, right?
We thought it would attract too much attention if we left together, so I left first. We planned to meet up again at the stage in the stadium. And then As I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone. Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He also stole the gun from me at the time. Then the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard their plan to meet up at the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Potts saw the victim with her own eyes, which means that the victim was still alive at the time. Wouldn't you agree? Why does that sound wrong to me? There must be something amiss about this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it in more detail. Don't speed up. I will try. I will try a little bit. I came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, he had tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in the next room.
Hold it!
You are sure that it was Mr. Deacon that you saw? Yes, I'm certain of what I saw. Did you go into the other room to check? Lance said that it was best if I didn't get too close to him. But did we see this Mr. Deacon? Exactly. Taken away. Okay, all good. Lance, he's such a kind soul. No, he's not, girl. He's manipulative as fuck. And are you telling me that you did not confirm it was Mr. Deacon for yourself? I checked through the slit in the door that separates the two rooms. He had a bad badger on his head, so I'm sure. It's not. He saw a bad badger on his head. Girl, you saw Edgeworth. Now, which one of these is the correct? Which one of these is the correct? It's gotta be the head, right? How could you not recognize such flamboyance when you were striking it? I mean, that's true. It's gotta be the head, right?
Objection!
Also, sorry if you can hear the car horn outside. Miss Potts, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all. Huh? No head? No head? Huh? The person you actually saw was this person. Was me, bitch. It was me. Huh? The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth? I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me, even after I had handed over the ransom? This is true. Why even bother? Just knock him out and steal the money. It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was a point to make me look like Mr. Deacon. And if that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we can assume that the victim was already dead at the time. Well, Lance, am I right? You showed Miss Potts a person, namely me, with a bad badger head on, and then made a costumed escape together. Or so you pretended. Pretended? Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably to come and remove the badger head from my unconscious self. And to create his fake
prison with a prop sword. Then he escaped via the passageway.
Not so fast.
Hold your tongue, boy. I'm a bit confused. Was Edgeworth there at the time? Yes. So, essentially, Edgeworth made the drop for the ransom money at the haunted house, got bonked over the head, and then dragged to the hideout and was tied to the pole. She didn't know Edgeworth had been knocked out because she joined the two later, or quote unquote two. And so the body she saw and thought was Mr. Deacon was Edgeworth. And that Edgeworth got freed by Kay when he came to. Sorry, let me repeat this line again. I gotta do it better. Gotta do it justice. Hold your tongue, boy. Don't get caught up in a tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave? We've heard a lot come out of you, but I've still yet to see a shred of evidence. The victim's betrayal, his subsequent detainment. All of that could have happened while you were out. That's right. You were out for a while, Mr. Prosecutor. Even if that's the case, Miss Pops would have still seen me tied to that beam. I was scared of Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. So I really had no idea if you were there or not, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, it would seem you can't prove a thing. Hold it. Who said that? She is Kay and has a key in her hand. Mm-hmm. Please. Sorry. Please wait. Mr. Amato. Oh, Miles, my boy. Looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others. Dad? Let's see. You're the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry that my son has been nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Oh? Do you now? Is that what I think it is? Aha. There is the gunshot. Why does he have two guns? It's the Bad Badger costume the victim was wearing. And a gun? I couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found these myself. It appears that they were disposed of in the sea. Ugh. Is there no one in this country who actually obeys the laws? There. Agent Lang, please calm down. What is this scrap of paper? This appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Amato complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says. What? The Chief of Police? What the? Just who does he think he is? Person who yields the highest authority in this area. There. Now, there is no need to be so upset. I'm not a cop from this land.
I'm not bound by your laws of the country. No. This isn't meant to strong arm you into anything. It's just a request. I'm only asking you please respect the laws of the land.
Ugh, I really can't say no to that.
However, returning to the topic at hand, it doesn't matter who found the evidence, its value remains unchanged. Alright, let's take a look at this new evidence. I've already got the results back. I had a special forensics lab that I'm on good terms with conduct these tests. They verified the blood on the costume belongs to Oliver, and as for the gun, the only fingerprints they could find were yours, Lauren.
What?
You disappoint me, Miles.
Well, she did say she threw hers into the ocean. We don't know where the other guy's is.
I can't believe that you would cause my son such stress and heartache. Thank goodness I was able to find the final pieces of evidence. With this, you'll have no reason to push my poor boy around.
Absolutely, it matters, motherfucker. Evidence tampering, you bitch. That's it. These are the case-making pieces of evidence. I'll be the judge of that. Okay, 1 second, everyone. I'm going to go quickly, I'm just going to go quickly deal with my allergies. For 2 seconds, I will be right back. Thank you for the head pats, Dan. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a second Bad Badger. Mm-hmm. If that's the gun she used, then why was the costume that got shot? She threw it into the ocean, you old coot. But from what it sounds like, there are 3 guns? Possibly 3 guns? I don't know. Yeah, 1 real, 2 Badger. Could this be the gun that the actual murder weapon? Possibly. There's nothing unusual about this area. Bullet hole. This bullet hole. Wait, it doesn't match up with the it doesn't match up with the gunshot. Does it? Did we determine he got shot in the stomach up through the shoulder? Or was it the shoulder up through or down through the stomach? I can't remember. Entered in his abdomen and through his shoulder. Okay. It might match up. But we need to see if the gunpowder, this is the most important fact. Why is that? Because it's proof that the victim was shot at point blank range. What's this? Looks like there's something inside the costume head. Yeah, or even, it has to be even closer. Why does the head have broken glass? Sorry, they're just pieces of a mirror. But why are they here? Well, aren't those the most definitive pieces of evidence you've ever seen? Thank you, Dad. This should really convince Mr. Edgeworth, even Mr. Edgeworth over there. They don't. They don't. Make no mistake, there are fingerprints on the murderous gun. They prove that it was Lolly who killed Oliver. But Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. Well, kind of. The fingerprints on the weapon, huh? Oh no, this isn't helpful at all. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want to do is save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch as she takes on punishment for her crimes. That may be all you can do, however. I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie. You wound me. Why won't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? Because make no mistake, there are fingerprints. Oh, no, I want to press everything.
Hold it!
Those fingerprints, are you sure they belong to Miss Potts? There's no mistake about it. Through my connections, I've had the best forensics techniques money can buy performed. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he's gonna not. Okay, maybe it won't. That looked like a very sus almost sneeze. Sorry. It might be the extra blushy. It might be the extra blushing that's not helping. I find that a bit peculiar. What? Oh, wait, she's in a costume. How would she have fingerprints on it? Are you trying to pick an argument with me? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes. Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Potts' prints should be on that gun to begin with. And this is the reason Miss Potts shouldn't have any prints on it to begin with. Is the stolen costumes.
Take that!
It's simply not possible for Miss Potts to have left prints on the murder weapon. Because, while she was at the stadium, Miss Potts was wearing a costume. Huh? But there's no mistake. We found fingerprints. Oh, Miss Potts, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time? Yes. As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I handed it off to Deacon when he left Lance and Deacon for the when Lance and Deacon left for the haunted house. To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. But if she handed it off, it's... She shouldn't be the only one with prints on the gun. And there you have it. That is when Miss Pop's prints found their way onto the gun. Grr. You understand now, Mr. Amano. The fingerprints do nothing to prove Miss Pop's murder. You still don't have anything to prove she isn't the killer, right? You seem very adamant in insisting about your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer. Oh, Lance! What? No way! I'm incredibly worried about her. But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you're wrong. I have evidence. What? How? The story that Miss Pops killed the victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup. This proves that the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. The glass. Right?
Take that!
This piece of evidence proves that the real crime scene is, in fact, not the stadium. Crap, no. Okay, that wasn't the right plot for that. Oopsie. My bad. No, we're okay. Whoa, where am I? Sussville. It's not that sus, just because I tried to sneeze. Wait, huh? Hell yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Wait. The victim's cost. Oh, this has been updated. Okay. They're sneaky with it. They updated this without saying a thing. One at the time of the shoot. Yes.
Take that!
Take another good look at the costume that the victim's wearing. Then I believe you'll see why I insist he was not shot at the stadium. This is the part that proves it. The bullet hole?
Take that!
The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range. So then you mean that the murder Miss Oldbag saw at the stadium really was... Yes, she saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. No worries, Lucado. Thank you for being here. Have fun with the boys. Have a fun gaming session. Ah. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is, then? Lance had set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder weapon must have happened prior to that. The location in which both before I was in prison was the haunted house. The real crime scene was at your hairdresser's, Mr. Lang. Your do is a don't. Oh my goodness.
Take that!
I think it's not unreasonable to assume that the murder took place in the haunted house. The haunted house. Yes, and I have proof that that is highly likely. Oh! He took the... Oh! What proves that the real crime scene was at the glass. This is where the glass is.
Take that!
These were inside the costume that the victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror. A mirror? What does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside of a costume. Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous. However, there is one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that would be the haunted house. Lancimano, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with the revolver in the haunted house. What is this clue? After that, you stole the blue Badger mobile and to move the body to the Wild Wild West area. The timing of the blue Badger mobile was stolen confirms this fact. Miles, my boy, say no more. I'm sorry, Mr. Romano, but I cannot do that.
Not so fast!
Not so fast. How did nobody hear the shot? Be quiet. Yes, please do something. Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense. Ernest Amano, correct. I meant to you. Now be quiet, Gramps. How dare you? I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mere bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Shana. Wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout? Yes, there's a mirror in there. A mirror that's for the haunted house. See, isn't it possible that fragments got into the costume there? But, Agent Lang, there are no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low.
Not so fast!
Probability. Lang just says, on truth path, the word probability doesn't exist. The only thing that does is definitive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is do you have definitive proof you need? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you? Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place in the haunted house? The answer is no. Let's see. Since you don't have any, shut up. I don't have any evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people in the haunted house beside myself were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place in the haunted house, then I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder. What now, Mr. Edgeworth? Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah. I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house. Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission? Because I don't really have a choice if I want to find the truth. All right, permission granted. But you're not to touch a single thing. Got it? That won't be a problem. All that's important is to me is that the truth is brought to light. It doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it's done. Shana. I'm here. Put in the paperwork for the authorization immediately. Understood. Get to the Gatewater Group's approval. Who was that? Now. Let's hold on for a second. There is no need to obtain approval. Mr. Amano? Agent Lang, if you please look at this. What is this? Shana. It's the deed to the haunted house. Now, why would you need the deed to the haunted house? Why just the haunted house? I wonder why. You mother fudger. The deed. Read it out. Read it out loud. Gatewaterland Inc. hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amano for the lump sum of $1 million paid full in cash. Gee, I wonder where he got the money. As you can see, I'm now the legal owner of the haunted house. Are you kidding? When did you... The ransom, which you know would be evidence at this point. What do you bet he's had this whole haunted house scrubbed, or he will deny access to this haunted house? What do you bet? Why do you bet evil corruption is gonna win? I ran into the owner of the park earlier and we made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in a blink of an eye. That $1 million you paid, don't tell me it was... Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? Sir, how'd you get the money back? Did your son come crawling back? When he got in some legal trouble? Did he come crawling back? I don't have any more use of it, so you may have it back. You used the ransom money? My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnap. I can't. I can't. So I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money. That's the way things are. If you would please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What is there to discuss? Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course. It's toddler napping at best. You know, it would be like we have a master thief who could break in and, you know, get us what we need. Totally don't have one of those. While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Amano was out there preempting us. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home, my boy, before I really lose my temper. Ugh. Mr. Amato definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever. Kay. Kay. You do a little sneaky sneak? A little sneaky sneak? Please? Brother, get a warrant. Oh, right, the chief of police is in his pocket. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the corruption of the real world is not lost on this game. Money do buy your way through things. If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this. And what is that? When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kay Faraday, the second of the great Yatagarasu. But I thought you were a thief, not a hero. The Yatagarasu is noble and is always a thief of justice. That's... of course. If we have enough information, we can recreate inside the haunted house with this. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony, we can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. We may be able to figure out some new information for this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang? So, you want to use your little toy. Be my guest. Hey, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of the real modern-day Robin Hood. Detective Gumshoe. Is there a copy of the haunted house blueprint among the police reference documents? Yes, sir. We got it just here just in case we needed it for the kidnapping case. All right. I'll input the haunted house's data then. What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can't inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I am ready to investigate the crime scene. Okay, what should I recreate first? You haven't figured it out yet. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But I'm gonna make you do all the hard work. Very well. I'll inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. The two of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, it may provide me a new lead. I just come into the hallway after leaving the money outside the dining room. Or inside the dining room. At that time, I saw a badger slumped over the floor at the end of the hall. Eh? What was a badger doing all the way down there? I also thought it was strange. However, I thought it was maybe simply a mannequin that was there for atmosphere. You know which badger it was? No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw it was a silhouette. In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette for now. Okay, programming complete. Okay, the silhouettes look cute. Why the things are terrifying, I don't know. Then I started towards the exit. But that was when you were struck from behind, right? Yes. But that's odd. The hallway's a dead end. Where did your assailant come from? There's only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here. The dining room? Maybe. Maybe. Is it the dining room? Unless they're just saying that, yes, this person ran, or didn't run, but somehow snuck up on Miles.
Take that!
The doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was, in fact, a costume kidnapper. Oh, so he used the costume as a perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house. Precisely. He waited until I made the drop-off and then was about to leave. Just then, he saw me take a step towards the exit. He stood and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this. Hey, not bad. I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself. Just don't use it to do anything criminal, Kay. Well, Lance? What? What are you asking me for? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. But then Oliver would not have a reason to bonk Miles. He would have no reason to. Then you're claiming that it was Detective Deacon that, or Mr. Deacon that assaulted me. Well, no, Lance does, because Lance wanted to use Miles to decoy for Deacon. Lance did. Because if we are assuming that Lance killed Conjecture, though, everything's conjecture right now. Yeah, but he never actually did. It's the thing. I don't think Oliver actually ever did betray them. I think Lance just wanted to get away with the money. Yes, I'm sure it was him. Okay, inputting that info now. Mr. Deacon was the Bad Badger, right? Since the Bad Badger has a gun attached to its right hand, I'll have to change it so the weapon is in its left hand. That also would make sense. That it would have to be... No, never mind. That's dumb. Now to verify the facts of this recreation. Replica of myself. You were totally oblivious of what was behind you, right? Yes, I suppose I was also to blame for what happened to me. It was incredibly dark, which is all the more reason I should have been more alert. I vow to never be caught by surprise again. You didn't recreate the weapon. Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was someone's bare hands. Okay, then where were you hit? I was hit on the right side of my head. Which wouldn't make sense if he's left-handed. So there you go. There you go. It had to be Lance. Because if Lance was in a costume that didn't have anything in the right hand, unless he's doing a weird left-handed backhand. But in the heat of the moment, I don't think you're gonna backhand someone with a bat initially. With your non-dominant hand. Why are you smirking at me when you say it? But why would he hit him with his right if he's left-handed? What do you mean? But why would he? Unless the game is thinking he was 5 steps ahead and blaming Oliver. Yeah. I think he was. Isn't that what we came to? Wasn't that the conclusion we came to? The whole reason he wore a badge, the bad badger head was to blame Oliver. But we're also assuming, it feels odd that this would be the first time it was mentioned. Could have said it before. But they did. I think you just weren't here for it, Kane. Yeah, okay, you did miss that. You did miss that. So we have determined that Oliver is indeed right-handed and Lance is indeed left-handed. Fair then. I'm still crying. Yes, I'm sorry. I think you missed that part. I'm looking for something the culprit would have used to hit you. The sword? The sword? Must be the sword. Which also would make sense because then Lance reused the sword to lock himself in the room.
Take that!
And it's also in the guy's chest here. So he just grabbed it and schmuck. A prop sword. Are you talking about this thing here? Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes. It's possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind, right? Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet. Test with luminol. Oh. Let's run a... Yeah, there's no print, so let's run a luminol test to see if Edgeworth's blood is on the sword. Agent Lang, may I ask your cooperation on this? Like I have a choice. Shinha, call the lab boys. Understood. Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that you were hit with, right? There we go. I'll update the recreation of this piece of info. This is wrong. Is this spot somehow connected with the evidence I hold? I would assume so, right? Broken props or oh yeah. Ooh, wrong one. Wrong one. Wrong page. Wrong page. The dossier.
Eureka!
Eureka! According to this document, the victim was right-handed. Ah, I guess I should change which hand was holding the weapon then.
Not so fast!
But you can't. Hold on, you two. You didn't think I was going to ignore something like that, did you? What are you talking about? Look, no interrupting when I was about to have a little fun. Even if you change your recreation, you'd only be wasting your time. It's not possible for that thing to hold in its right hand, you know. But Mr. Edgeworth's logic is... What's that thing called? The bad badger? Take another look. Good look at its right hand. Oh! I forgot that the weapon isn't in his right hand because there was already a gun in it. Precisely. You already knew that. Yes. And I also know that the badger wasn't holding the weapon. Or the badger was holding the weapon in his right. Huh? Are you aware of what's coming out of your mouth? You just contradicted yourself. I have evidence, of course, that proves that the culprit held the sword in his right hand. Sounds interesting. All right then, show me the evidence. This piece of evidence proves that the culprit held when he struck. The glass? Because the mirrors are on the other side? That doesn't seem right. This one.
Take
Right.
that!
Oh no, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. No. Fuck. Poppycock. Sorry. My bad. I'm trying to think of what it could be. Why do those two look related? I just realized. What do you mean? Who? Kay and Edge? They don't look that similar to me. Would it be the sword then? Yeah, it hit me on the right side of the temple.
Take that!
Is the weapon itself. Except for a bit on the left side, the prop sword is absolutely spotless. It's not the same hair color. She has like black hair. Edgeworth has like silver.
However, if the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. But the replica Bad Badger wasn't holding the sword in his right hand. I don't know what's going on anymore. Giving up already? It's simple. If he can't hold the sword in his left or his right hand, then the one who struck me couldn't have been the Bad Badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Ugh. Mr. Deacon wouldn't have been able to be the one who struck me, which only leaves you as our primary suspect. Fine, it was me, I hit you. It appears that you lied to me yet again. But see how quickly they can catch on to you, Lance? Wait, isn't Lance left-handed? Ah, yes. But that makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. For you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword. What do you mean? I feel like that's the opposite. Okay, please input this new data. The one that hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say the Proto-Badger? Got it, here I go! Now we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me. Alright! All you have to do is examine the new recreation and...
Let's go back.
What exactly is so funny, Agent Lang? I'm getting tired of this. That little amusing gadget. It sure packs a punch, right, Shinha? Yes. It was all I could hold. It was all I could do to hold in my laughter in. Hey, don't make fun of little thief, you big old werewolf. He and Mr. Edgeworth won't bring out the best in each other. You've had your little fun, but it's my turn. I've sat quietly by, listening. But the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right? Well, when you put it that way, your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm going to let you in on this. There's a trick to this haunted house. Oh? And what might that be? A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Shinha. Here you are. Now then, what you missed early is written right here in this pamphlet. The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House. The Disappearing Badger? Huh? What is this? You say that someone around here is fond of theatrics. And as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw was just a stupid doll. Well, we're fucked. How can this be? I guess that throws your whole theory about being your attacker out the window. But that can't be right. Maybe the culprit hid the doll somewhere? And then he laid down and pretended to be it instead. If the criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway, how could he guarantee to hide a giant doll? Do you get it now? Thanks to your
presumptions. Your logic started off weak and led you down the completely wrong conclusion. Now get off your high horse. Mr. Edgeworth! Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. You don't know when to quit, do you? I can't quit, not until I can declare I found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks. There you go again. Well, see if I care. Okay, I'm updating the recreation now. That looks really weird. Look at how it changes from the blue badger into the proto badger all of a sudden. If the slumped over badger was just a doll, where was my attacker hiding? Well, that's what we gotta find out, right? So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Yes, let's. This recreation can't be right. Which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. When you take a look around, it almost feels like this is more of a house of mirrors. Indeed, whoever had this many mirrors inside a haunted house before. Well, we know that this is the real crime scene thanks to this mirror shards. Hey, wait! These shards. There's something different about them. Oh? The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from these mirrors in this hall, and on this wall. And look, there's some sort of design on the back too. The pieces from that costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Hi, Captain. I'm doing well. How are you? I hope you're doing well. We're getting to the bottom of this case. We're getting to the bottom. But I hope you've had a good day. Could this mean these pieces are not of these mirrors? What does that mean? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The blue badger is just a doll that the haunted house uses. I bet the one who killed the blue badger was the bad badger, right? Noel just jumped into Elden Ring again after a few months. Honestly, fair. I think everyone who maybe took a break from Elden Ring is hopping back into it because of Night Rain and just people playing it again. But it's fun. I've been enjoying it, so I hope you are too. They're each other's worst enemies. All because one's a ally of justice and the other is a vile criminal with a gun. Perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. Wait, this is it? I'm just supposed to deduce? Hold on. Mirror shards. Okay. This is where the proto badger shows up in our recreation. Yes, now the question is, where did he come from? Yeah, but there's no place in our current model. There must be an inconsistency somewhere. Pieces of armor are in the pile here. Why do you think they almost always have sets of armor inside haunted houses? I suppose that sort of interior design is meant to bring out a sense of abnormalcy. Why do all explanations have to be so hard to understand, Mr. Edgeworth? Now try explaining it again, but this time so that even a thief like me can get it. So AKA, dumb that bitch down so I can understand. Okay. It's gotta be this, but what part of this? Oh my. It's a fuck you again. It's a fuck you.
Eureka!
I want to see if you guys can guess this. What about the Badger doll is different from this? It's real dumb. Wait, show it again. Okay, so keep this image of the blue badger in mind, okay? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Start singing the. Hopefully that's not copyright. If so, Jeopardy can take my money. It's fine. Okay. Badger doll. Okay, Badger doll. Badger. Got it? Very dumb. Don't see it. Well, okay. If you must know, the belt goes from right shoulder down and across. This one does the opposite. The belt on him is the opposite direction of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? Yeah, that can't be. I inputted the image exactly from the pamphlet. So then why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? Who knows? Who knows?
Who fucking knows?
Something something mirror. Ooh. That could be. Okay. Do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? About how this building might have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors. Oh, that would explain the reverse image mirror thing. Yes, this badger might not have been more than a reflected image of the real one. Then was the badger you saw just a reflection? When I looked down the hall, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror... Oh, that would actually form an L shape, right? Precisely. I was deceived. Almost is almost pitch black. And then there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway. Wait, but why would the building be built like this? It sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay. This house is just an attraction and amusement park. They created a mirror wall for the specific purpose. One I can point out to you. Can we? Can you? Can you point it out to me? Is it just the pamphlet? Because it has the attractions? Just want to make sure that's the only one. Because of that? Is it this thing?
Take that!
It was written in the pamphlet. The main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. Oh. So when you get close enough to it, the image disappears. Oh. You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there. That was true at the time. However, doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. Move the mirror wall? And if they moved it too hard, it caused it to break? Right? That would explain the big pieces of the shards, right? To remove the reflective image, simply move the mirror. If the mirror was constructed so it could be moved, then beyond where the mirror was, a completely empty hall had been created. Oh. Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror, and when they wanted to hide it, all they would simply do was close it again. That explained why the other side of these fragments have a design on it. And if the pattern is the same as the other walls in this hallway, then when the mirror is closed, it would blend in with the rest of the walls. So this is the trick mirror of this haunted house employs. And this, all that proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprit. Huh? How so? Think about it, okay? There was a place that was outside of my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here. Here, right? Because then they just push this closed. And then he would be closer than what would appear, right?
Take that!
There was a very large blind spot, one that you could not see beyond here, and here it is. If my assailant hid on the other side of this movable mirror, then you wouldn't have been able to see him. He didn't even do anything to the blue badger doll. Exactly. All he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror. Wait, hold on. I just thought of something. Yes? Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now in reality? Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume that it is. Yes, it most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound. Leave the money and go. Now. That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information. Don't scare me like that. Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me. Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway? If you could first recreate this hallway just before I entered the dining room. You got it. Now, this, I believe, is how it was before I entered the dining room. Although at the time, I thought it was a single straight hallway. But then I went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering. You heard what? Then? Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken. Okay, so when you stepped outside into the hallway again, the mirror wall should no longer exist, okay? Please recreate that. Got it. Wait, so with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot? So where did he go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth? He went in here. That's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway. I think this wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything. And then he slumped Mr. Deacon in the spot that the doll should have been. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head. Huh? Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. The inconsistency lies with what I saw in the recreation text. There's nothing here, right? It's who was here. But this would be Mr. Deacon.
Take that!
Take a good look at the end of the hall. Oh, there's no blue badger there. Exactly. The blue badger I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point on this long chain of logic. The last remaining contradiction. Let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right? And that precisely is where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist there was before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger. Mr. Deakins? It's Mr. Deakins. Present Mr.
Take that!
The badger I saw was in actuality the victim's dead body. What? Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final, decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop. And you can consider that moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deakins. Mr. Deacon. No. Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was a life-shattering bullet. But no matter what caused this, the hallway mirror was broken. That still doesn't explain how the hell the bullet went where it did. But we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that train of logic. You were in the same house, right? Are you telling me you missed the sound of a gunshot?
Objection!
There was a variety of sound effects playing at the time. All of the theatrics, I assume. The gunshot might have blended right in. Yeah. The sneeze finally happened. Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? It was you, Lance Amano. Ooh, strong baby. I'm so sorry. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straddled me. Oh. 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 I fought back as hard as I could. I grabbed his gun and I shot him. The bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail. See, that's justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself. That remains to be seen, but will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I'll leave the rest up to you. As if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight. Wait, I had nothing to do with the murder. The one person you should be arresting is Lance. Dad! Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Mono. You tampered with evidence so that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all, truly touching. In front of law enforcement, no less. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? How could I possibly know an answer to such an asinine question? You wound me. I came all this way across the sea just to see you, you know. You came to see me. What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Mono, about a case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's the name you use here for that case? Ja. It's known as the KG8 incident. The KG8 incident. Oh, so you remember it. Good. And you'll recall that the trigger in that case was the Mono Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of international smuggling. Smuggling. There's that word again. At the time, the person that was arrested as the suspected ringleader was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Deborah.
Father?
Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Deborah, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. Deborah was arrested in place of you, which is why when he broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty little secret. Now. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Pretend to be ignorant all you want. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chat. Who's holding it? Who the heck was that? Oh, how are you out of jail? How are you even here? You murdered someone, buddy. What are you even doing here? Oh god, the surfer bro's coming back. 1 second. Oh wait, this is before. Wait, this is before, right? Because that's the buddy who died next to him, right? I'm so confused. I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? I'm Jacques Portsman, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Oh, Jacques, thank goodness you're here. Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I've got the backing of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great. Now how about a handshake to seal the deal? Sorry, but I hate prosecutors, the lot of you. Guys, arrest the 2 suspects. Sir. Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal. Hey, is that any way to thank someone? And why the heck is that, what the heck is that supposed to mean? You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. How does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you? The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow. It's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the one corrupt prosecutor that's working for the Monos and the smuggling ring, right? No, I would never do such a thing. What the heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, There's definitely someone working with the ring. So Agent Lang suspects my relation to Mr. Mono. That must be the real reason he's been so behind his antagonistic attitude. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? For karma, right? There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind closed-door courtrooms' doors, are you? The courtroom is a place where truth is revealed. Well, don't worry. It's not only you, the whole lot of you can't be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years. Every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is there any wonder that the court procedure produces nothing but falsities and lies? I'm losing my stamina for reading, but it's fine. It would seem that his disdain extends just beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts. Why is this man so angry with all of us? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. So don't forget it. Please wait. Agent Shina. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang in Zhengfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were Lang blood. Were? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold this sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. How can that be? A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with evidence of one of the Lang detectives found. The evidence purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honor and trust. But not all prosecutors are like that. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor. So Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim, we better catch up. Yeah. Yeah, this is the guy who died in the first case. So this takes place before. We still got to deliver that old thing to they got to deliver that thing to the old man after all. Detective Gumshoe. I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves. Yeah, are you going home, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but get entangled from one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office? Yeah, so this is right before the first case. Gotcha, the timeline makes sense now.
Excuse me?
Yes, what is it?
Thank you very much.
It's okay. No need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective.
I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate. What's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? To think I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it. I'm a failure.
There she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Potts. I was wondering if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping.
No, I have no idea.
Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning, he had no interest in the staged self-abduction. Wait, then why did he... I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Pops.
Me?
Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Deveray to cooperate.
Father!
As a felon, he couldn't tell you his real relations. However, as the Amano family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do. But that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind.
That is... Thank you very much.
You're welcome, although there is no need to thank me.
No, Lauren, stop. I mean, this man's so much older than you.
Go for Gumshoe instead. Although I think Gumshoe's technically older. Looks like you've completely stolen her away, Mr. Edgeworth. Way to go, sir. Your technique is way beyond the level of the great thief. What are you going on about now? Wow. Your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts. That's Mr. Edgeworth for you.
Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. If you haven't remembered in all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know?
What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, do you know this girl?
Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy.
Gummy?
Here, maybe this will jog your memories? I promised I'd return this to you someday. Remember?
That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. That faithful day 7 years ago when I first met the then child Kay and Detective Gumshoe. The end. That's... Are we going back 7 years? We're doing a time skip? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And it's perfect timing. I love this game for its perfect timing. I love it. I love it. Amazing. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed our return to Miles Edgeworth territory. I love these games, even if they are dumb sometimes, with their little quirks. But I feel like that's every puzzle game. Every puzzle game has those. So, you know, it's just a matter of time. But yeah. We will be back tomorrow with some more Elden Ring. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to do or say. I don't think there is. But thank you all so much for joining me. Please take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of your evening, day, evening, whatever it may be for you. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.